if I begin at each home I drop in, there's a welcome awaiting, I know. So I'm just 3 feet high and 4 feet around, and you're wondering how I can do it.
Woo!
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas, Jones. Kris, there you are. I should have known I'd find you here. Getting ready for Macy's parade. What's going on, Kris?
Dr. Pierce, listen to this. A shopping company offers to make all Christmas purchases well in advance of the holiday and save the subscriber 10% in the bargain.
And?
We will relieve you of all stresses of Christmas shopping. Oh, is that what Christmas is about? Shopping? Is that it, Doctor? Is there no true Christmas spirit left in this world?
I'm afraid not, Kris. Christmas has certainly become commercialized. It's big business. The spirit behind it has become lost to the big crowds.
No, Doctor, it can't be. People still believe in Santa Claus and what Christmas is all about. Peace to mankind, goodwill, and helping others. Dr. Pierce, what do you want for Christmas?
I'll tell you what I want. Maplewood's medical facility needs an X-ray machine. We've needed one for years, but it's very expensive.
And you shall have it.
If I get that X-ray machine, I'll know you're the real Santa Claus.
Well, you just wait, Doctor. You'll see.
Kris, you have to leave Maplewood.
Why?
Well, I've been fighting the board on this for years, but they finally overruled me and issued a definite order. There's nothing more I can do.
I don't understand.
Well, the state and Maplewood's charter allow for the old folks to stay only so long as they're in good physical and mental health.
Well, what's the matter with me? You've told me that I'm in better health than 90% of your patients. And mentally, I passed all your tests with flying colors.
I know. But it's this Kris Kringle business. You know I've always...
You mean because I'm Santa Claus?
Yep.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. It's the truth.
It's your truth. But unfortunately, the board doesn't see it that way. They don't believe in Santa Claus, Kris, so you're not accepted. You have to go.
So, I'm not sane because the board of directors doesn't believe in Santa Claus?
That's one way of putting it.
Well, what happens next?
Well, Maplewood has made arrangements with Mount Hope Sanatorium.
That nut house? Never. Never, never.
But what choice do you have?
Well, the zookeeper in Central Park. He's a friend of mine. I can stay with him. And the reindeer don't think I'm crazy.
Oh, Kris, please think about it.
No. Oh, it's starting.
Well, Doris, after 5 years, we certainly have this parade business running quite smoothly, don't you think?
I do, as long as Mr. Macy's happy with us.
Right you are.
Oh, Mama, I think the Felix the Cat flow is even better than last year. How did you do it?
We fixed his eyes so they roll. It makes him look even more alive. Susan, remember your manners?
Oh, sorry. Hello, Michelle Hammer. Parade looks wonderful.
Thank you, Susan. I appreciate your input.
Miss Shellhammer, it certainly looks great. You watch your mother, your Susan, and you'll be able to run this parade down pat by the time you're 10 years old.
Wish you Merry Christmas. Happy to stay still here. Good night.
Allow me, sir. Here, let me show you. It's all in the wrist.
Hey! Give me that back! Merry Christmas to you.
Oh, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Do you not see all these children here?
No.
Well, where is your Christmas spirit?
My spirit is right here, my little friend.
Oh, yeah, you better go home.
What's going on here?
Mrs. Walken, would you like a little Christmas spirit?
Oh my God, I cannot believe this is happening. Okay, you need to go home. Go home. Just go away. You're fired.
Mrs. Walken, you are gonna regret this.
Okay.
Come here.
Oh, goodness.
She's gonna regret that.
Just think if Mr. Macy had seen this.
Just think if Mr. Bloomingdale's had seen him.
What do we do now?
Mama, Santa's leaving. Shall I get him?
Oh, no, sweetheart. Santa has to go home and take a nap.
That's all right, Mama. It's not the real Santa anyway.
That's right. Excuse me, sir. Hey, would you like to be Santa in our parade?
I don't believe it. It's Santa Claus.
My pleasure, ma'am.
Shelley, this is a gift from Santa Claus. Sir, you see our situation here. Would you like to fill in and play Santa in the parade?
Oh, madam, I'm sorry, but, well, I'm not in the habit of filling in for intoxicated Santas.
Well, Doris, we're going to have to run the parade. Without Santa, we can't hold up the parade any longer.
No, sir. Look at all these beautiful children. You can't let them down. I'll pay you handsomely.
Oh, well, well, all right. I'll do it with pleasure, seeing as how the role does fit me perfectly.
It
Oh,
does.
but please, no money. Oh, now, where should I get change?
Oh, right this way.
Oh.
Do you have any experience playing Santa Claus?
Do I? Just a little.
But thank you for filling in for us, sir. Fred, over here. Can you get Susan away from those elves over there? I don't have time to deal with whatever crazy ideas they might be putting into her head.
Not to worry. They're just talking about the North Pole and how great it is to live there.
North Pole? Fred, you know that I have definite ideas about keeping her mind free of illusions. I don't want her believing in fairy tales, Mr. Gailey, because that's exactly what they are, tales.
Well, why not? Mrs. Walker.
I don't mean to lash out, Fred. I'm sorry, but I want her to have a sense of reality. I thought as a lawyer you'd understand that.
I didn't know you were raising a 7-year-old lawyer.
It's not a fairy tale world we're living in, Fred. You know that. And you know that happily ever after just doesn't exist.
Now, are we talking about Susan or are we talking about you?
Mama, the elves look much better this year. The costumes actually fit.
Thanks, Susan.
Don't worry, Doris. Nobody will make up this little girl's mind for her. Susan, there's Jack the Giant Killer. He sure is a giant, isn't he?
There are no real giants.
Well, not today, but in the olden days,
No,
there
no,
were...
no. People sometimes go very tall, but that is abnormal. Mama told me so.
But I believe in giants anyway.
Oh, hello, Hannah.
How do you know my name?
Well, because I'm Santa Claus. Now, what do you want Santa to bring you for Christmas?
I've been really good all year. Ask my mama.
Oh, Angela.
Yeah. Yes. Real good, Santa. I couldn't ask for a better daughter.
So I would like a bicycle with a nice basket in front and one of those bicycle ringy-ding, ding, ding, ding.
Yes, you have been a very good girl, and I think that can be arranged.
Thank you, Santa. You're the best.
No, wait. Santa, do I look like I'm made of money? Your store wants almost $100 for such a bike.
Oh, well, can you afford $35.95?
I might. Yes, I can. Why?
Well, try Consumers Outlet on 31st Street.
Really? Really? Did you guys hear that? Macy Santa is sending me to another store where I can buy a bike for my daughter for less money.
It's not whether or not Consumer Outlets or Macy sells the toy. It's about making a child happy.
This is wonderful. Thank you, and happy holiday. You just made my day, Santa. Come on, Hannah. This is the best Santa ever, don't you think?
Yeah, he knew my name, Mama, and yours too.
Hey, would you like to be Santa?
Oh, hello, Johnny. And what do you wish for Christmas?
I would like a real fire engine that squirts real water, and I promise I won't squirt the house.
Oh, but that's what you said last year about the water.
I know, but really, I promise this time. Cross my fingers, see?
All right, I believe you, but you have to remember your promise.
Cross my heart too, see? Come on, Johnny.
Hey, Santa, why'd you promise that? I've been all over the city and everybody's sold out.
Oh, Bloomingdale's just got a brand new shipment on the 4th floor, second aisle on the left. Only $18.50.
Bloomingdale's? Wow, thank you, Santa. Carla, Johnny? I think my daughter Carla might like to make a wish too. Carla, do you want to sit down?
I don't want to sit down.
Oh, what do you wish for Christmas, Carla?
I would like a train.
A train?
Yes, a real train.
Oh, now wouldn't that be a bit big for your house?
But you can just park it in the street. And real railroad tracks.
Well, how about a smaller version that you can run around your house?
Okay.
Bloomingdale's.
Okay, come on, kids.
Where are we going, Daddy?
It's a secret. When we get there, you'll have to close your eyes.
Thank you for shopping at Macy's.
You know, actually, I'm on my way to Bloomingdale's. Your Santa recommended that.
He did he?
Yeah, you know, thank you, Macy's. This is the true spirit of Christmas. I mean, this year, my son and daughter are going to get exactly what they want for Christmas. This is wonderful, unbelievable. Just thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And what is your name, little girl?
Hi. She doesn't speak English. I'm her foster sister, Anna. She just recently arrived from an orphanage in Holland, and she insists that our Santa Claus can speak Dutch. Can you please pretend somehow, Santa?
Don't worry. We'll figure it out.
Santa Claus, in Papi, in Bizok, I'm sorry, I can't translate for you. I don't speak Dutch that well. I think she wants
A doll and a visit from her grandmother in Holland. No problem. Kristen, een paar bezoek van grootmother? You wish to see your grandmother? La 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 la.
Santa, why did you tell her that? She'll be so sad when, it doesn't happen.
Oh, but it will happen.
Thank you, Santa. Kristen?
Oh, Anna, would you like to make a wish?
Me? Well, I really would like to make a wish. I wish that Kristen will be happy with us and she gets her doll.
You shall have your wish.
Thank you, Santa. Come on, Kristen. Let's move on.
This is absolutely horrible. What is Mr. Macy going to say when he finds out? Oh my.
I just wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart for this enormously generous gesture. My daughter will have the most glorious Christmas ever, thanks to Macy's.
Doris? Doris, can I have a word with you?
Now?
Yes, now. It's of uttermost importance.
Excuse me, work's calling. Could you keep an eye on Susan for me? Sure.
Okay, Susan, it's your turn.
Do I have to?
Just try it, for the sake of Macy's.
You know, of course, that this is ridiculous.
Now, why don't you believe in Santa Claus, Susan?
How do you know that?
Because I know lots of things. Now, what do you want Santa to bring you for Christmas?
Really nothing. Whatever I want, my mother will get me. If it isn't too expensive, of course. I know you're the person my mother hired to play Santa because the other Santa got sick. But you are much better. I can even see the straps holding your beard.
Well, that's because it's real, and I'm real too.
Well, I like talking to you, but you can't tell all those children that you're going to bring them what they want.
Oh, but they will get what they want this year, and so will you.
Mama, something strange happened. There's a little girl from Holland who didn't speak any English and simply spoke in Dutch to her. Then they sang a song in Dutch.
Ooh, lots of people speak other languages, Susan. I speak French. That doesn't make me Joan of Arc. He's just a man I hired this morning. And anyways, even if he were the real Santa, I doubt he'd be working at Macy's. Come here, sit down for a minute. I need to talk to Fred. Fred. This is Kris Kringle's employment record. Perhaps you'd like to read it.
Sure. Name, Kris Kringle. Age, as young as my tongue and a little bit older than my teeth. Place of birth, North Pole. Next of kin, Donner, Dasher, Prancer, Dancer, Comet, Cupid.
Okay, yes. Does that convince you? Evidently, I have a job to do. Can you take Susan home if you don't mind?
Sure, I stand corrected. He seems like such a nice old man. Susan, come on. Your mother has Christmas to manage.
Oh, Mr. Kringle. Busy day today, huh? Was it difficult for you?
Oh, Mrs. Walker, no. We're just getting ready for a little break. A bit trying, perhaps, but I have really enjoyed all the children.
Well, perhaps you've been trying a little too hard.
Oh, no. What are you suggesting, Mrs. Walker?
It seems you haven't been following Miss Shellhammer's instructions.
Oh, you mean to push the surplus toys? Yes. I decided not to do that.
Oh, you did you?
Well, yes. Well, I thought it was dishonest. Why should children have to suffer for Macy's mistakes? I just want to make sure that children got what they really wanted.
Okay. So the things you put down on that form.
Oh, all true. I verified by signing at the bottom.
Yeah, wait, so what you're saying is you really do believe that you are Santa Claus?
Oh, certainly not.
Oh, well, that's a relief.
No, you don't understand. I know it for a fact.
Okay, well, very well then. Here at Macy's, we cannot have a Santa who isn't truthful and who sends our customers to other stores. I'm sorry it didn't work out. Good day.
Mrs. Walker, I'm sorry, but I find it a bit ironic that you're firing Santa Claus for being the real Santa Claus standing right here.
Mr. Macy's is a store, Macy's is a store, Mr. Kringle, and we have to compete with other stores. You've completely disrupted Macy's business practice. I'm sorry. It didn't work out, Mr. Kringle. Merry Christmas. Good luck to you.
Merry Christmas, Mrs. Walker. And don't you worry, I won't hold it against you on Christmas Eve.
I need to speak to the both of you. Where is Miss? Where's
She was here. I don't know. Doris, Mr. Macy would like
I
to...
would like to know who told our Santa to send our customers to other stores.
I take full responsibility for what happened, Mr. Macy. I'm so sorry.
I instructed Kris Kringle to push our backlog of toys, Mr. Macy, but you see...
Well then, who instructed him to send our customers to Bloomingdale's to buy toys we didn't have in stock?
I'm so sorry. As soon as I found out what was
My
happening, I
office
took care
has
of
been
it.
flooded with phone calls and letters,
I'm
all with
terrible.
grateful appreciation from customers. This is the best goodwill advertisement in years. It's revolutionary. I could see the headlines now. Macy's, the store with the true Christmas spirit. You know what this means?
No.
We're going to have the biggest sales ever, Mrs. Walker, all because of this advertisement of goodwill.
I'm so glad you're pleased, Mr. Macy.
Oh, I am beyond pleased. Our Santa is our golden egg. Do not let him slip away. We need him till the end of the year. A raise is in order for you and Mrs. Shellhammer. A Merry Christmas we shall have. Good day, ladies.
Am I still asleep and dreaming?
No, this is Armageddon. I just fired our Santa.
You did what?
Not only does he send our customers to other stores, he actually believes that he's the real Santa Claus.
Well, evidently, so does Mr. Macy.
I've got to find him. Oh.
Mrs. Walker, where is Santa Claus? The line is stretching all the way to the lady shoes. And we're almost out of candy canes.
She fired him.
Mrs. Walker fired Santa Claus on Christmas Eve? Think about the children.
As the store steward of L's local number 14, I must report a formal grievance against management's disrespect for the Christmas spirit.
Okay, I'm trying to take care of the situation, and I could really use your help.
If you don't reinstate Santa Claus, we will look for another place of employment.
Yes, we will!
Good grief. That's all I need. Striking L's.
Oh, Mrs. Walker, I'm bringing the suit back to you, and I owe you an apology.
Oh, no. Put it back on.
No, Mr. Kringle, it's me who owes you an apology.
Oh?
Yes, I was mistaken about your policy about sending customers to other stores when we couldn't fulfill their needs. In fact, Mr. Macy likes it. He's overjoyed. He wants you to stay, Mr. Kringle.
Well, I'm afraid I can't do that, Mrs. Walker. Why would I be interested in Macy's making more money? Selling is not what Christmas is all about.
The union stands solidly behind you, Mr. Kringle.
But you have to stay and keep spreading the goodwill.
You know, Mrs. Walker, we're all so busy making things go faster and look shinier and cost less, that Christmas, the elves, my reindeer and I, we're just getting lost in the shuffle.
Oh, I don't think so. Christmas is still Christmas.
No, Christmas is not just a day. It's a frame of mind. I was glad to be here, thinking I could do something about it.
Would you stay, Mr. Kringle, if we promise not to ask you to push the overstock? Just to be the Santa you want to be. Just be yourself.
Now that I could do.
A masterful stroke, Mrs. Walker.
I've got to get back to my office. I'm expecting Mr. Sawyer. I need to get some answers on this Kris Kringle. Actually, can you call Dr. Pierce at Maplewood and let him know I want to talk to him regarding his evaluation of Kris Kringle? Thank you.
You wanted to see me, Miss
Oh,
Walker.
wow, that was fast. Mr. Sawyer, please come in.
Thank you.
As our vocational guidance counselor, I was hoping you could help me out with a little situation we run into. We have a wonderful new Santa in the toy department.
Oh, that's wonderful, Mrs. Walker.
Yeah, not exactly. He's all right in every way, except that he believes he's the real Santa Claus.
You mean he maintains his Santa character outside of work?
Yes.
Does he display any other odd, or should I say unusual symptoms?
No, and that's why I'm a bit confused. He seems like a perfectly likable old gentleman.
A persistent delusion. Not good. This type of delusion sounds like a textbook abnormal psychology case, usually stemming from a deeply rooted failure in childhood. The subject is unable to get his emotional needs met, so the subject is trying to manifest an image of emotion, in this case, gift giving. What's the subject's name?
Kris Kringle.
Really?
Yes, really.
Oh.
And he's a very important employee to Macy's right now. Mr. Macy's made that very clear.
How can I be of assistance?
Just observe him, maybe set up an interview, keep it casual.
Look,
I saw him sit down on the bench right there.
leave it to me, Mrs. Walker. He'll never suspect what I suspect. Hello, fellow. Mind if I join you on the bench?
Oh, my pleasure.
Thank you. My name is Mr. Sawyer.
Oh, Kris Kringle.
Yes, of course. Yes. It must be hard seeing all these children day after day pretending to be Santa Claus.
Pretending?
Yes.
No, it gives me great pleasure.
Oh, good. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Not at all. I'm on my break.
Oh, good. Who was the first president of the United States?
Well, that would be George Washington.
Yes.
Oh, do you know who was vice president under Grover Cleveland?
I have no idea. I'm the one conducting this interview. Now, are you married?
Is that a proposal?
How much is 3 times 5?
That would be 15.
How is your eyesight? Your hearing? Your memory? Oh, I see. How many fingers do you see?
3. Oh, and I see that you bite your nails, Mr. Sawyer. Do you sleep well at night?
That is none of your concern. How much is 3 times 5?
15. You've already asked me that.
Yes.
So, nervous habits like yours are the result of insecurities. Are you happy at home, Mr. Sawyer?
There's no concern of you. That will be all, Mr. Kringle. You may go.
Well, Thank you. Oh, and take it easy, Mr. Sawyer. Get out in the fresh air more. Get some exercise. Relax.
Is everything okay, Mr. Sawyer?
That man has a deeply rooted psychosis that Santa.
Oh, come on, Mr. Sawyer. I just got off the phone with his doctor, who says he's perfectly harmless.
Perfectly harmless. He hit me with his cane. People like that often become violent after their delusions have been questioned. If he is allowed to continue to work here, I will not be responsible for the consequences.
I'll take full responsibility. Don't you worry, Mr. Sawyer.
I am the psychiatrist around here, and I'm warning you, Mrs. Walker, if he becomes violent, which he already has, I will be the first to say I told you so. Good day.
Good heavens, what was that all about? Mr. Sawyer gave our Santa a psychological evaluation and decided Kris could become violent.
That would be terrible.
Dr. Pierce says he's just a sweet old man who believes he's Santa Claus and would never hurt anybody.
Do you believe Dr. Pierce?
No. Dr. Pierce has known him for many years, and Sawyer talked to him for at most 10 minutes. Yes, I believe Dr. Pierce.
Mr. Kringle, how come you knew how to speak Dutch to that little girl from Holland?
Well, my reindeer and I, at this time of year, travel to many countries all around the world, making children's wishes come true. And I have learned languages as I go.
Oh, just like the myth about Santa.
Susan, what kind of games do you play with other children?
I don't play very much. The games we play are so silly.
Well, what sort of games?
Well, today they were playing zoo. All of them were animals, and they asked me what I wanted to be. I didn't want to be an animal, so I didn't play.
Oh, why didn't you tell them you were a lion or a bear?
But I'm not a lion or a bear. I'm just a little girl.
Well, the other children weren't animals either. They were just pretending.
That's what makes the game so silly.
Oh, but it's a lot of fun if you use your imagination. Do you know what imagination is, Susan?
That's when you see things that aren't really there.
Not quite. Imagination is a magical world all by itself. How would you like to have a snowball fight in the middle of summer? Or drive a big bus down the middle of Fifth Avenue? Or how about if you own a big pirate ship looking for treasure? Or how about if you fly south on the back of a flock of geese? It's very simple, really. Just maybe take some practice. Would you like to try?
Yes, I guess I could try.
Well, now, let's start with something easy. How about a bird soaring through the sky?
I don't know how to do that, Mr. Kringle.
Well, sure you would. Now, put out your arms out like this. There you go. Now, move them up and down, just like wings. There you are. That's right. Now, tilt sideways and turn. Now, keep flapping your wings, though. There you go. That's it. Yes. There you go. Now you are a bird in flight.
I did it, Mr. Kringle. That was fun.
That's it. Now you have discovered the world of imagination.
Now can I be a queen in a big kingdom? Or is it called queendom? Then I can make a real wish.
Oh, well, of course. Oh, Your Majesty, Well, now, tell me, Susan, if you were to believe that I was Santa Claus, what would you ask me to bring you for Christmas?
Can you bring me a big present?
Well, since we're in the land of imagination, it could be anything.
I would like a house with a real backyard and trees and a swing where I could play anytime I wanted. And a father to live with us.
Oh, wow. That's a big wish, but I'll do my best.
If you really are Santa, you can, Captain. If you can't, then you're only a nice old man with a white beard, just like my mother says.
So, Mr. Kringle, where are you staying?
Oh, I'm staying temporarily with my friend Jim, the zookeeper, and all my reindeer, of course.
Well, I can certainly put you up at my place if you'd like.
Oh, well, you're much too kind. But, well, I would be delighted.
But Fred, this is
Then
a
it's
terrible...
a done deal.
Oh,
Now I can get the answer to a very serious question. Does Santa sleep with his whiskers in or out of the blankets?
oh, always sleep with them out. The cold helps them to grow.
Excuse me. Are you Doris Walker?
Oh, I am.
I'm Dr. Pierce, resident physician at Maplewood Home, where Kris Kringle has lived for over 20 years.
Oh, hello, Dr. Pierce. Thank you for coming in
welcome.
person.
You're welcome.
Yes, please, have a seat.
Thank you. I hear that you hired Kris to be Macy's Santa Claus. Thank you for giving him a chance.
Who is he really, Dr. Pierce?
That is a good question. One that I've given a lot of thought. If there really is a Santa Claus, he certainly fits the part. And from a purely philosophical point of view, he could be Santa Claus.
Well, do you think he's Santa Claus? Philosophically speaking, of course.
That is one of those questions that swirl around in your head. Is snow really white? Is the color red the same color to you as it is to me? When a tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound?
Yeah, of course it does.
Does it? If you were in that forest, you would hear it because of the vibrations bouncing off your eardrums. But if you had no eardrums, would it still make a sound?
Well, that's a weak argument.
Perhaps. I have known Kris for many years, and he's perfectly harmless. Many people live under similar delusions, and his delusion is a positive one. He just wants to bring happiness and the true spirit of Christmas to everyone.
Well, unfortunately, we have to be realistic in the world of business.
I understand. We might say it's a case of I think, therefore I am.
Yes, so we have to be realistic.
I understand. You won't regret having Kris on your staff. I wish you a Merry Christmas.
Oh, okay. Merry Christmas. Thank you for coming in, Dr. Pierce. And I want you to know he's staying with my friend Fred.
Oh, thank you. Oh, what a relief. Yeah, I was worried where he was going to stay. He was released from Maplewood with nowhere to go.
Well, wonderful. He invited him into his home, and it's a done deal.
Thank you very much.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
there. How's my favorite little girl?
Mr. Kringle, I like the idea of you staying with Uncle Fred. He's my friend and lives in an apartment next door.
I like the idea too, Mr. Gailey.
Oh, please call me Fred.
Oh, Susan, it's time to go home and go to bed.
Must I'm having such a good time playing with the elves.
Susan, you can see your friends tomorrow. The elves need their beauty sleep too.
We do, we do.
Good night, Susan.
Sweet dreams. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Good night, elves. Mr. Kringle. Good night, Uncle Fred. Come on, Mama.
I certainly am fond of that little girl.
I can see that. And your feelings for her mother are quite evident.
Well, I'm quite fond of her too, but I'm afraid being neighbors and babysitting Susan is as close as she wants me to get.
Well, have you ever invited her out?
I have, but her life revolves around her career and, of course, Susan. I don't think she trusts love.
It's a sad old story. But that is something you and I can do something about, Fred.
Really? Where do we start?
Well, it's quite simple, really. Just keep you showing your interest in her. Oh, and be aware of her feelings. Things will work out. I'll see to that.
I'm going to ask her to dinner right now.
Fred, thank you for the lovely dinner last night. Are you okay?
Did Chris come back here last night?
No, I thought he was with you.
No, when he didn't come back, I went to the zoo, but Jim, the zookeeper, told me he'd left long ago.
No, something must have happened to him.
It's all my fault.
That's not...
After I told you you could trust me.
Well, that's not important right now. The important thing is to make sure Chris is all right. I will never forgive myself if something happened to him.
Really? I thought you didn't like Chris.
This is New York. I'm calling the police.
But Doris, who's going to rob Santa Claus? If he can make it from the North Pole, I'm sure New York isn't too much trouble for him.
Fred, I'm serious right now. He could be anywhere. If he was okay, he would have called me and let me know. Sweetheart. What's wrong?
My dream from last night just got back to me, and I'm scared.
You know, dreams aren't true.
But I dreamt that Mr. Kringle is gone and there's no more Christmas.
Susan, it was just a dream. Mr. Kringle will be fine. And we'll never lose Christmas so long as we have each other. Oh, hey, look. It's your friends, the elves.
Fred, I don't know how to say this, but I want you to know how much I appreciate you and how you care for Susan. And I have to apologize for having been so cold and getting so upset with you.
Thank you for recognizing that I'm here for you and Susan.
Oops! Did I interrupt something?
You're back! Oh, I was so worried about you.
Uncle Fred and Mr. Kringle came back.
See, Susan, everything's working out in the end. Let's go home. I'm going to make you some hot chocolate.
Yay, can those have some chocolate too?
Yes, of course.
Did you enjoy my little absence?
Not exactly. Doris was out of her mind with worry. Not to mention Susan, who had a dream about you being gone.
But it brought the two of you a lot closer.
Yes, indeed, it did.
That's what I was hoping would happen.
You old trickster! You disappeared on purpose! Shame on you!
Not at all. Now, go help her make some hot chocolate.
Pinch me. Never in my wildest dreams did I think a meeting like this would take place. This is what I call a true Christmas miracle.
It's all thanks to Kris.
Right.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, a true moment of Christmas entertainment just for you. The Macy's Elf Ensemble.
All right, folks, I will now be telling some jokes.
No.
Okay.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And one more round of applause for the elves. And now, it's my great honor to introduce two great men, Mr. Macy and Mr. Bloomingdale.
Welcome to our store, Mr. Bloomingdale, on this historic event of us working together in the true spirit of Christmas cheer.
Well, I must tell you, when I first read in the papers the popularity of this brilliant idea, I was jealous, even a little upset. I felt that you were stealing customers away from my store, Bloomingdale's. But then I realized I could return the favor, and it would be a win-win for both of our businesses. And here we are, surrounded by the true spirit of Christmas.
Absolutely. At this time of year, goodwill brings us a lot closer together than competition. Mr. Kringle, step forward. Everyone, this is the man I told you about, Kris Kringle. Mr. Kringle, Macy's would like to present you with a check. As a small token of our appreciation for what you've done for all of us New Yorkers this Christmas season.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, my. Oh. Well, this will be very special for someone who has been very kind to me. It will buy an x-ray machine.
What?
Dr. Pierce at Maplewood Home says an x-ray machine would be of great value for their facility and their patients.
I'm afraid that check won't be enough to buy that x-ray machine.
Let me take care of that. Bloomingdale's will get it to you at wholesale.
We'll sell it at cost!
Thank you both very much. Thank you very much.
Now, why don't we all return back to my store, Bloomingdale's, for some additional photos in front of the store. Mr. Kringle, there will be an extra bonus check for you for bringing increased business to Bloomingdale's. That should cover the cost of the x-ray machine.
Oh my, thank you very much. Thank you.
I don't know how he does it.
Must be some of that magic fairy dust he sprinkles on everybody when he flies around the world in a sleigh with his reindeer.
Doris, you're starting to believe in the magic of imagination.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
What happened last night at the lecture exploiting the myth of Santa Claus was dangerous. He's a deranged man. Cases like his, there's no telling what he'll do. There's no warning. And now it happened. He threatened me with his walking stick and then struck me, just like last time.
Okay. Are you sure he touched you with his cane, Mr. Sawyer? Dr. Pierce said his delusion is a positive
Dr.
one.
Pierce is not a psychiatrist.
Neither are you.
He's a deranged man. In cases like his, there's no warning.
This could be really bad. What if the press or Bloomingdale's find out? Mercy, mercy.
Thank goodness it was me. What if it was one of the children? That man needs to be evaluated by a competent psychiatrist. And now...
Okay, I will look
Doris,
into it. Don't you...
He trusts you. You've got to talk to him.
Fine, I will. But what are you planning on doing, Dr. Pierce? Mr. Pierce? Mr. Sawyer!
Thank you. I'll apologize and invite him to dinner.
Okay. Call me after that and let me know exactly what happened.
Shall we?
Chris, can I talk to you for a minute?
Of course.
Mr. Sawyer, he wants you to come to dinner with him. I think he wants to apologize.
Oh, well, if that's what you want, Mrs. Walker, that's fine with me.
I guess.
Oh, excuse me, but I need to tell the elves. Do you remember how we should always find the good in people, no matter how bad the person seems to be?
Does people include Mr. Sawyer?
Well, sometimes the good in people has a hard time coming out. And Mr. Sawyer, he doesn't have the ability to dream. That means he can't imagine anything better than his limited view. This is a challenge.
Is there no hope for him?
Well, of course there is. He wants to apologize to me and take me to dinner. I don't know if he's sincere.
What if he wasn't being honest?
You shouldn't go with him, Mr. Kringle.
We have to find the good in all. We have to trust that he's sincere.
I'm calling for a vote on the elves on whether Mr. Kringle should go with Mr. Sawyer. All those in favor?
I...
Opposed?
Opposed!
I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sorry, but Mrs. Walker wants me to give him a chance. Now, I can take care of myself. You elves go on home,
But we
and I'll
voted.
see you in the morning.
But we voted. We were a majority.
How could Mrs. Walker do this to me?
She didn't. She really thought he was taking you out to dinner to apologize.
I thought she was beginning to believe in me.
How did it happen?
He tricked me. In the middle of dinner, he said, "Let's go." And he pushed me into a waiting taxi where two men pushed me down between them. Mr. Sawyer yelled, "Bellevue!" I was so upset that Doris would do this to me that, well, when they began the big evaluation, I gave the wrong answers on purpose. So they committed me. Oh, how could she do this to me?
She didn't.
Oh, I'm just an old man she felt sorry for. She had her doubts, Fred. That's why she's not here. If it had been you, she would have been here by now.
She did have doubts at first, Kris, but she had started to believe. Kris, she would not want you to be here.
You know, it's people like Sawyer. He's the one who's called normal. Well, if that's the way sane people behave, I'd rather be in here.
Nonsense, Kris. You're more sane than most.
And yet, he's out there, and I'm in here. Oh, should have listened to the elves.
Don't be so gloomy, Kris. You're just thinking of yourself. What about your own philosophy? Goodwill to mankind.
Myself?
You can't give up now. Think of Susan, who's just beginning to believe in the magic of imagination. In people like me, who have faith in you and what you stand for.
Maybe you're right. Well, I ought to be ashamed of myself. And by golly, I am. Come on, Fred, let's get out of here.
Oh, Kris, wait. There are some legal matters to take care of.
Oh, but you're a lawyer. I have faith in you, Fred. I know you'll be able to do it.
All right, then. I'll get you out of here.
Morning, Finley.
Top of the morning to you too, Your Honor.
It's been a good year, and I'm confident I'll get reelected next year. Things have gone well. I want to get a more elaborate present for my wife this Christmas. Fur coat?
Sounds like a good idea, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Please sign in.
Certainly. How are the kids doing?
Doing great.
Excellent.
Ms. Morrow from State Attorney General's office here to see you, Your Honor.
Oh, good. Show her in.
Right this way.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have a commitment hearing for you. All the paperwork is in order. Lunacy report is attached. It's from Bellevue Hospital.
Bellevue, huh?
Yes.
Age unknown. Must be an old man.
Very old, Your Honor.
I guess I should read all this.
I think you could take my word for it, Your Honor. It's a clear-cut, confirming hearing, and the poor old guy, Your Honor, he calls himself Kris Kringle. Thinks he's Santa Claus.
Mr. Gailey here to see you, Your Honor.
What is this about?
He is Representative Kris Kringle, sir.
Oh, well then I think you'd better send him in.
Right this way.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Fred Gailey, and I represent Mr. Kringle. I believe you have received the papers.
Yes, looks like a simple signing of the consent here. We'll get the old man out of harm's way for what's left of his life.
No, I must disagree, Your Honor. There are indications that Mr. Kringle has been victimized, and I have called for a proper hearing so that I may present witnesses.
I thought you said this was a clear-cut case.
It was, Your Honor. This is the first I'm hearing of this.
It says here in this statement that in addition to his delusion, he became violent. Seems like a pretty clear basis for commitment, don't you think?
That's a misrepresentation, Your Honor. This is why I'm calling for a proper hearing.
Well, very well. We'll put it on the docket for Monday.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Mrs. Mara, just when I thought the calendar was clear for Christmas.
I'll take care of it, Your Honor.
See you Monday.
See you Monday.
Whom do I speak to about dropping the Kringle case?
Mr. Kringle's case is being contested, Mr.
Sawyer. So I represent Mr. Macy of the Macy's department store, and Mr. Macy wants this case dropped immediately. Is there something we can do?
Well, the judge has set a hearing for Monday morning, so.
Judge's hearings? Oh, God. Mr. Macy demanded that I bring Santa Claus back immediately. Oh, this is disastrous.
Oh, don't worry. Mr. Kringle's attorney, Mr. Gailey, he's just trying to make a name for himself, trying to get a bunch of publicity, that's all.
Publicity. Oh, God. There goes my job. No Christmas bonus. Maybe Mrs. Walker can talk to Mr. Gailey.
See you Monday.
Good evening, folks. This is Cindy Stewart on your New York news station, WZYX. Today's top story from New York City is the controversial sanity hearing of, you won't believe this, Kris Kringle, also known as, you guessed it, Santa Claus. It seems that Macy's Santa Claus says he is the real Santa Claus, and the state of New York wants to put him away for saying so. This could result in a lot of disappointed children and empty stockings on Christmas morning. We'll keep you informed of what happens to Santa in New York's judicial system as the hearing progresses under the presiding judge, Henry Harper, known for his fair and logical use of his power.
Hello, Finley. Judge in?
Sure, I'll announce you.
Oh, no, I'll see myself in. Henry, how are you doing, my friend?
Charlie! How are you? Good to see you.
Always good to see you.
You know how grateful I am to you for keeping me on the bench all these years. Did you hear the radio announcement? They mentioned my name. Great publicity.
Henry, I heard and I've read the papers. Are you seriously going to have Santa Claus in your courtroom?
Is there anything you want me to ask him to bring you for Christmas?
Not exactly. How about a sudden illness?
I've never felt better in my life.
Well, go hunting. Go fishing. Go anywhere.
Why should I, Charlie?
Because you're up for re-election. And if you rule Santa, there is no Santa?
No, it's not like I'm going to put him in jail. It's a state hospital.
No, a state, wake up, Henry. It's the same thing.
All rise. The New York State Court is now in session. The Honorable Henry X. Harper presiding.
Please be seated. Court is in session. Let us proceed.
Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call its first witness, Mr. Kris Kringle.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You may be seated.
Can you please state your name for the record?
Kris Kringle.
And where do you reside?
Well, that's what this hearing will decide, I believe.
Very sound answer, Mr. Kringle.
Mr. Kringle, do you believe yourself to be Santa Claus?
Well, of course.
Of course. Your Honor, the prosecution rests.
Well, young man, do you wish to counter-interrogate your witness? I believe that Macy's hired him to play Santa Claus. Perhaps he didn't understand the question.
Oh, I understood it perfectly, Your Honor.
Young man, do you still want to enter a defense?
Yes, I do, Your Honor. I am fully aware that Mr. Kringle believes himself to be Santa Claus. In fact, that is the basis of the entire case against him. The state declares that this man is not sane because he believes himself to be Santa Claus.
I think that is entirely reasonable and logical.
It would be, Your Honor, if you or I or Miss Mara believed that we were Santa Claus.
Your Honor, anyone who thinks they are Santa Claus is not dealing with reality. Obviously, he's insane.
Your Honor, you believe yourself to be Judge Harper, and nobody questions your sanity because you are Judge Harper, Your Honor.
But Mr. Kringle is the subject of this hearing.
If Mr. Kringle is the person he believes himself to be, then he is just as sane as you are, sir.
Of course, but he isn't.
Ah, but he is.
What?
Oh, Your Honor.
I intend to prove that this man is Santa Claus.
Yes. Quiet in the court. We're going to call a brief recess.
Fred. I'm worried. You seem to be trying to save a sinking ship. It's hopeless.
Actually, I'm feeling hopeful. All the publicity is really working for us. The public is behind Kris. I think we have a real chance.
What does your firm say about you taking the case?
Well, old Hayslip, the senior partner, called me in this afternoon. Mr. Gailey, we are an old, established firm, and we can't have one of our junior partners making a spectacle of himself. In other words, unless I drop the case, they're going to drop me.
Right. So you'll have to give it up, won't you?
I can't give up on a client. You wouldn't want me to walk out on Kris, would you?
Fred, hear me. I care about you, and I admire your courage. But you can't give up your position. That would be irresponsible. You don't give up your job for a sentimental whim.
It's more than a whim, Doris.
Stop dreaming, Fred.
Representing Kris is the right thing to do. I'm a damn good lawyer. Doris, come on, have some faith in me.
I do, but you're bound to lose this case. It's just common sense.
You know, that's your problem. You've got too much common sense.
Well, it's a good thing one of us does. It's actually quite an asset.
Just let yourself believe in people like Kris, and in laughter and joy and all the other intangibles.
No, intangibles don't pay your rent.
And you can't live without them. I hoped you'd be ready to string along with me, Doris, but I guess you're not. We don't even speak the same language. There's no use talking, is there?
I suppose not. It's funny, with all my common sense, I really thought it would work out this time.
So did I, Doris. So did I.
Goodbye, Fred.
All rise.
Please be seated. Mr. Gailey, you may proceed.
Your Honor, I call R.H. Macy.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You may be seated.
Are you, in fact, Mr. R.H. Macy, owner of the largest department store in New York City?
Yes, and 51 stores nationwide.
And is Mr. Kringle an employee of yours?
Yes.
Do you believe him to be sane?
Yes.
Do you believe him to be truthful?
I do, yes.
Mr. Macy, remember that you are under oath, please.
Mrs. Mara, you'll have your chance to interrogate the witness when Mr. Gailey is finished.
Yes, Your Honor.
Perhaps I can ask Miss Mara's question for her. Mr. Macy, do you believe this man to be Santa Claus?
Yes.
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Mrs. Mara, do you wish to?
No, Your Honor, the prosecution has no questions for this witness.
Thank you. You may step down.
You're fired.
As my next witness, I call Dr. Pierce.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
You may be seated.
Dr. Pierce, you are the resident physician at Maplewood Home, are you not?
Yes, I am.
And you have known Mr. Kringle for many years, is that right?
Yes.
Do you believe him to be Santa Claus?
Yes, I do.
Doctor, could you please say that louder? I want the court to hear you.
Yes, I do.
Dr. Pierce, you're a man of science, are you not? Can you give any scientific evidence to support your opinion?
Mara, I have to caution you again. You'll have your chance when Mr. Gailey is finished.
I apologize, Your Honor.
Dr. Pierce, did you express a Christmas wish to Mr. Kringle several weeks ago?
Yes, I did.
And what was that wish?
I expressed a wish for an X-ray machine for Maplewood's medical facility.
And what arrived yesterday?
An X-ray machine.
And where did this X-ray machine come from?
The card said, "Merry Christmas," from Kris Kringle.
Thank you, Doctor. Your witness.
Dr. Pierce, a lot of people get gifts with cards attached that say, "From Santa Claus." Surely you must know of another donor who could have given you this expensive gift.
No.
Careful, Dr. Pierce. Remember that you are in a court of law, and only testimony that is factual and truthful will be admitted into evidence. Now, would you please tell the court why you think a man who is a part-time, temporary employee at a department store would be able to give you such an expensive gift?
Because he was the only one to whom I said anything about it. And when I expressed that wish, I said, if I get that X-ray machine, I'll know you're the real Santa Claus. And I got it. And I do.
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
You may step down.
Thank you, Your Honor.
As my next witness, I call Jim Duncan.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Of course I do.
You may be seated.
Mr. Duncan, you are the zookeeper at Central Park Zoo. Is that correct?
Yes, I am.
Will you please tell us about Mr. Kringle?
Gosh, Chris, where do I begin? Your Honor, Kris Kringle, my friend, he has such a wonderful way with the reindeer. I mean, he's unbelievable. I've been at the zoo for many years now working with the antelope. I love the antelope. But those reindeer, they're a mess. I don't trust them. They just bit me this morning, right there. I don't trust them at all. But yet those same reindeer, I keep them restrained. But when Chris comes, they turn him loose, and they walk right up to him, and they'll eat out of his hand. He is unbelievable.
Your Honor, this is irrelevant and immaterial. Not to mention, it's making a mockery of this court. What are you going to do next, Mr. Gailey? Parade the reindeer into the courtroom to give testimony?
Why not? It's a good idea.
Your Honor, there is no Santa Claus. We all know that.
Your Honor, may I ask Miss Mara a question?
You may.
All of the witnesses have testified that not only is there a Santa Claus, but that he is seated in this courtroom. Miss Mara, can you produce any positive proof that there is no Santa Claus?
No, of course not. And I don't intend to. This is not a nursery school. This is in the New York State Court. Your Honor, in an attempt to move these proceedings along, I ask for an immediate ruling. Is there or is there not a Santa Claus?
Get out of here! Santa doesn't like you!
Quiet in the court. I'm going to call a recess here to consider this request.
Henry.
Charlie?
Henry, I really don't care how you rule. Yes, no, what I'm trying to tell you, Henry, I don't care what you decide to do with this old geezer here, but if you rule there is no Santa Claus, you might as well go find that ranch you've been talking about for all these years. We won't be able to get you in the primaries.
I'm a sane person and a responsible official. I took an oath. How can I say there is a Santa Claus? If I do, well, they'll have me derobed and send me off to Bellevue.
Listen, Henry, do you know how many millions of dollars worth of toys they sell every year, thanks to Santa Claus? What do you think the National Association of Manufacturers is going to say about that ruling? What are they going to think? All the employees that make those toys, union members, they're going to say it with votes. And you know what, Henry? What about the Salvation Army? There's a Santa Claus on every street corner. Henry, if you rule there is no Santa Claus, you're going to get 2 votes. Yours and the lawyer, Miss Mara.
One, Mara's a Republican.
All rise.
Please be seated. When it comes to Santa Claus, it's a matter of opinion. Some people firmly believe in him. Many other people do not. This court will maintain an open mind. I will take evidence from either position.
I believe I have some further evidence, Your Honor.
Very well.
I called Jay Mara to the stand.
Me?
No, Miss Janet Mara.
Oh.
Your Honor, may we skip the oath?
I think that'll be fine.
Your Honor,
You may have a seat, Janet. Janet, do you believe in Santa Claus?
Yes, he brought me a sled last year.
And what does he look like?
He's sitting right there.
oh, objection, Your Honor.
Overruled.
Janet, please tell me, how can you be so certain that there is a Santa Claus?
Because my mommy told me so.
Your mommy told you so, Janet, and your mommy would never say anything that's not true. Is that right?
Yes, my mommy wouldn't tell me something that wasn't the truth.
That's what I thought. Thank you, Janet. No further questions?
Mrs. Mara, do you wish to cross-examine the witness?
No, Your Honor. The prosecution has no questions for this witness.
Thank you, Janet. You may step down.
Your Honor, the state will concede that there is a Santa Claus. But, Your Honor, having so conceded, we ask that Mr. Gailey not be allowed to enter his opinion as testimony. We would like to move this hearing along, Your Honor. So we demand that Mr. Gailey provide authoritative proof that Mr. Kringle is the one and only Santa Claus.
I'm afraid I must agree.
Thank you so much for coming in to help out. Helping out is what we do best. Christmas mail is such a pain in the neck. All of these letters for Santa Claus.
All for Santa? That's so great.
Hey, look at this. I've seen them letters written to Santa Claus in the North Pole, but this kid is writing to Mr. Kringle, New York Courthouse. Special delivery too. Can't beat that.
How so?
The kid is right. Haven't you read the papers? They've got him on trial down there. He says he's Santa Claus.
He is Santa Claus.
Yeah.
What's the matter with you, Lou? Don't you see? Kris Kringle's the answer to all your prayers.
Oh, geez. You're right. Why didn't I think of that? Haven't you been listening, Lou? That's what we're here for.
Order up a great big truck, Lou. All of them go straight down to Kris Kringle at the courthouse.
We're brilliant.
Well, Henry,
Charlie?
you know, the headlines on this case, they've reached epic proportions.
I read the papers too. I have my job to think of and my duty to this office.
Today is Christmas Eve. If you rule there is no Santa Claus on Christmas Eve, your time on the bench is over. We'll never get you reelected.
If young Gailey could come up with even the slightest competent authority, I'd be happy to give Mr. Kringle a break. He's nothing but a kind old gentleman. But a miracle is going to happen, or I will have to accept the lunacy diagnosis and send the old man away. I have to get started.
Okay.
Susan.
Mama, I'm getting scared. What if Uncle Fred loses and Mr. Kringle has to go away? What if he isn't the real Santa Claus like you said?
Susan, I apologize. I was wrong. You have to have faith and believe in Mr. Kringle.
Oh, Mama, that means I'll get my Christmas gift.
Yes, you have to have faith, both you and I, or else we'll never get anything. Do you understand?
I believe, I believe, I believe.
Fred, listen to this. Dear Mr. Kringle, I miss you very much, and I hope I will see you soon. I believe you are Santa Claus, and I hope you are not sad. Yours truly, Susan Walker. P.S. I love you and believe in you too. Love, Doris.
All rise.
Please be seated. Court is in session. Do you have any further evidence, Mr. Gailey?
Yes, I do, Your Honor. It concerns the Post Office Department, an official agency of the United States government. The Post Office Department was created on July 26, 1776, by the Second Continental Congress. The first Postmaster General was Benjamin Franklin. The Post Office Department was created as the result of Rule 39 of U.S. Code, which states that...
Your Honor, while it is indeed gratifying to hear what a splendid job the U.S. Postal Service is doing, I don't see how that has any bearing on this case.
But it has, Your Honor. If I may be allowed to proceed.
By all means, proceed.
I can manifest numerous numbers to support the efficiency with which the U.S. Postal Service has been run. Furthermore, the laws and regulations of the Post Office Department make it a prisonable crime to deliver mail to the wrong party.
The New York State Court is second to none in its admiration of the U.S. Postal Service. But I don't see what this has to do with the case.
It has a lot, Miss Mara. If I may be allowed. Will the state recognize the Post Office Department as a valid authority for evidence in this case?
Yes, the state will recognize the U.S. Postal Service as an authoritative organization.
For the record?
Yes, for the record. Anything to move this proceedings along.
Yes. Your Honor, I wish to introduce 3 pieces of evidence. Let these exhibits be marked as A, B, and C.
So ordered.
These letters are addressed to Santa Claus, USA, in children's handwriting. These letters have just now been delivered to Mr. Kringle right here in this building. This is positive proof that a valid federal authority recognizes Mr. Kringle to be the one and only Santa Claus.
Yes!
3 letters is hardly proof positive. It is my understanding that the U.S. Postal Service receives thousands of these letters every year.
Your Honor, I have more exhibits, but I hesitate to produce them.
No, bring them in.
But
Bring them
Your
in.
Honor,
No, I said bring them in.
as you
Put them
wish,
right
Your
here.
Honor. Your Honor, all of these letters are addressed to Santa Claus.
Ah. The United States government recognizes this man as Santa Claus. This court will not protest it. Case dismissed.
I don't know what to say. This is the best Christmas I've ever had. It was wonderful having dinner with Chris and Dr. Pierce.
I wish it would snow to make it perfect.
I've never felt like this before. I feel happy. Faith is believing in things, even when common sense tells you not to.
Mama, it's my house! It's my house!
What does she mean, her house?
I have no idea. She never mentioned anything about a house.
It's a good-looking house. It'll make a nice real estate investment for somebody.
Yes. Yes, I suppose so.
It's a little bit big for 2 people, though. It might be perfect for 3.
Yeah.
Doris, you know I've been in love with you for a long time, and I've loved Susan even longer. Don't you think it's time that
Yes.
you...
Yes, I do. Yes!
It has a swing in the backyard, just like my Christmas wish. The one I told Santa about.
Susan, we have something to tell you.
I know, you're getting married. Because that was a part of my Christmas wish, too. And look what I found inside by the fireplace.
Actors have to keep their masks on too when they leave the stage. Please mask up.